Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, I'm John, this is Video True Nut, and welcome to Parkasaurus, a theme park builder, but dinosaurs, and the second one of those we've had over the past few months. But you know what, you can never have too many theme park builders, you can never have too many dinosaurs, so I've got no problem with this whatsoever. And in fact, there's actually a lot of differences between this and Jurassic World Evolution. They're really interesting different takes on how to do a dinosaur park builder. But before we dive in, as it does say at the bottom there, this is a very early version of the game, still in alpha, not feature complete, lots of work still to do, diddly diddly dee. So welcome to Jurassic Park, or rather, not quite yet, because there's no dinosaurs, and the park is currently closed. So, you know, we should probably have a dinosaur before we open the dinosaur park, otherwise there's gonna be some complaints, to be honest. Now, here's one thing I love about this game immediately, which is an issue I had with Jurassic World Evolution was all the parks were a bit narrow, so you didn't have much flexibility to really set things up as you actually wanted. You had to kind of work with the very limited space that you had, and there were very, very strict criteria because there were specific challenges. So, you know, there was the map where there was the extreme weather, so you needed to have coverage for the weather everywhere. So it was a very structured experience. This is much more like Rollercoaster Tycoon 2. Because you have got, well, I suppose it's literally a giant dinosaur sandbox. It does just appear to be a big sand-filled pit in the middle of nowhere. So you can basically just create a massive dinosaur park and just lay it out and spread it out however you want, which is just absolutely flipping marvellous. But first we're going to have to clean it up a little bit. So I probably need myself a janitor. Over to the office, over to the resumes, over to the janitors. Just need to find myself a janitor I like the look of here. Yeah, they've got 3 stats, how fast they are, how good they are at their job, and I'm not sure what personality does for the janitors, but it's fine. And also, they all cost different amounts. But honestly, janitors are pretty cheap no matter which way you go, so you may as well kind of just go for the best one. Yeah, $22, that's fine. You can crack on. Marvellous. So he's now been hired. He immediately appears inside the park, and you can assign him different tasks. No, not him. Him! And I want you to clear some junk. And obviously, just because this is Rollercoaster Tycoon 2 effectively, you can just pick him up, dump him wherever you want, which is marvellous, and he'll probably figure out, yes, I want him to clear up this, because I want a nice bit of big, lovely open space right at the beginning of my park, because this corner down here strikes me as an excellent area for a first exhibit to welcome people to Dino Worlds. So, we're going to need to set up an enclosure, and this game doesn't exactly take itself quite as seriously as Jurassic World Evolution, which I'm fine with. So you can just set up a little wooden picket fence, and it's a-okay. The dinosaurs most likely won't eat the people, and probably won't try and escape as long as they're kept happy. So a basic wooden fence is fine. In fact, I'm actually going to create it right in front of you. So when you enter, there's immediately a big dinosaur enclosure, right in front of you, because that strikes me as kind of cool, right there. So we can have ourselves, maybe I'll make it a little bit bigger than that. Yeah, we'll have one about here, and then round over to here, and then yeah, probably. Is that symmetrical? That's close enough to symmetrical. I'll fix it later if I want. It's very, very easy to adjust the size of enclosures later. Now, fortunately, the game has started us off with one dinosaur egg I can use here, a Stegosaurus, because all dinosaurs come from eggs. You just plop them down and they hatch inside the actual little areas. So I need to actually set myself up with a Stegosaurus, but the Stegosaurus needs a particular enclosure. So he wants to live in a rainforest, the base of which is grass. Well, that's nice and easy to do. Let's just lay down some nice grass for him. Spot on. So there's a bunch of grass down there now, but this is not a rainforest, it's a forest. This game basically keeps an eye on what's inside the enclosure, so it's more important to make sure that the actual contents of an enclosure suit the dinosaur. So right now, the dinosaur will be wandering around being like, this isn't a rainforest, I'm not happy. There needs to be a bunch of water in here to make the dinosaur satisfied. The wetness needs to go up for it to be a rainforest. Though flatness is fine, it does need to be more rugged, we don't need to build in little hills or whatever here. So that's all absolutely fine as well. Let's just slap ourselves down a bit of water. We can probably have, we could have a nice little lagoon in the middle of this enclosure. So that's hopefully going to be, there we go, that's just enough water. Maybe I'll just add a little bit more just to make the shape a bit more nice. There we go, now it feels a bit more naturalistic right there. So plenty of water, definitely a rainforest. Also needs a bit of biodiversity, just slapping down a few trees and shrubs and rocks that are appropriate for a rainforest. So probably I'll have them towards the back, so when guests arrive they can actually see what's going on over here. Also, thing I really like, the trees are actually semi-randomized. So if you put a bunch of similar trees next to each other, they don't all look the same. It doesn't look like a big copy-paste. Like, all of these trees are technically the same tree. So yeah, it does actually look a little bit, like, nice and randomized, which is very, very cool indeed. So that's enough trees. Slap down some shrubs as well. Some nice daffodil shrugs at the back here. Will do the job very nicely. Alright, that's pretty much a perfect environment for a little Stegosaurus to live in, so let's get the egg down, get ourselves dinosaur number 1. Marvellous. So it just take a little bit of time to hatch, but yeah, just because this is like the first egg and the first day, I think the game just speeds it up a bit for you. And while we're just waiting for our dinosaur to finish, let's actually have ourselves a nice path all along the front of the exhibit, so when the guests arrive, they can actually gather around the exhibit and see the dinosaur. And here we go, dinosaur number 1. And they are absolutely flipping adorable in this game. So this is Lola. She has massive eyes. She's a baby Stegosaurus. And she's just going to wander around her enclosure. And she's happy enough for now. Still, that's the end of our first day. Let's move forward, and tomorrow we can probably open the flipping park. Tuesday, spring. It is time for the park to open. Marvellous, with a little spray of confetti. Because we are a dinosaur park, and there is indeed one dinosaur, so I'd say this is now all 100% legit. Now, this dinosaur is going to need a few things yet before it's happy. In particular, it's probably going to be needing, like, you know, a feeder, so it can feed. So we should probably slap one of those down immediately. This guy's a herbivore, so a small vegetarian feeder should do the job very, very nicely. But we don't actually have any food to put in it right now, so we need to nip over to town. Town is basically just a series of shops. You can come here anytime you want and top up your supplies, but it's more expensive to just buy things up front. The most efficient way you can do it is actually setting up a series of deliveries, so you don't have to actually bother coming to town at all. Things just get delivered to you at the beginning of each day. It's more convenient, saves time, and it's also cheaper. So let's just order ourselves some plants to arrive each morning. That'll be marvellous. So we've got ourselves some plants, but we're going to need a new staff member because only the vets can actually fill up the feeders. So one vet, who do I like the look of? You're pretty fast, you've got decent abilities, so welcome aboard, Calic. You are hired. So he should appear immediately, and probably... he can't access it because I haven't put a little door in. That's fine. Just set up a little door over here, and he'll probably figure this out momentarily. There we go. So Calic will probably now go and fill up that feeder momentarily. And yep, he has immediately figured that out, and he is going to go fill up the feeder, so as a result, the dinosaur can eat. Very, very good indeed. And people have started arriving to view the dinosaur. Now, here we get into why I actually quite like the way this game is developing, which is, in Jurassic World Evolution, it was very, very easy to set up what's basically just an optimal enclosure. All you needed to do was make sure, you know, there were enough dinosaurs and the right blend of dinosaurs, and it was big enough, and there was just a bit of access to food and water and whatever. In this game, it's more of a balance, and it's kind of impossible to have an absolutely perfect exhibit because you're balancing two sets of competing needs. The needs of your dinosaur and the needs of your people. You see, these people have come to the dinosaur park, so they want to see a flipping dinosaur. And if they see dinosaurs, they're likely to give you money. They only pay $5 up front, but if they see dinosaurs, and generally they've had a nice time, then if I just slap down a little donation box right here, people are probably going to start... Yeah, that person just gave me $10 right there. $14, $15 right there. I'm making money, though it only gets delivered at the end of the day. You actually get to collect all the money at the end of the day, so you've only got the money you start the day with during the day itself. So you're probably thinking, okay, just slap paths all around this so people can always see the dinosaur. Well, no, because the dinosaur has a competing need, and the dinosaur's competing need is privacy. The dinosaur doesn't like being looked at and doesn't like being cheered at. So when people see the dinosaur, they wave and yell, "Hey dinosaur, look over here," and they cheer like crazy. And the dinosaur doesn't like that. So the dinosaur needs a bit of privacy. So we've actually got a special privacy filter for precisely that reason. So the dinosaur doesn't really like being in this part of the world. But if he steps away, he's alright, but he doesn't have perfect privacy. Now, there's a couple of ways we can actually fix that. So, for example, we could actually create, say, over on one side of the enclosure, we could actually slap down some walls which guests can't see through. Or we could create an enclosure that's not perfectly square. So, like, if we added, like, a kink here, where all of this side was actually concrete walls, then there might be an area over here that no one could actually see at all. But for the time being, with it being, you know, a fairly large enclosure already, there should be a decent solution here, which is we can just basically create a bit of privacy with, hang on, where are you hiding? Here we go, privacy tiles. So if I just basically put some nice long grass over here, then that is a nice safe private area for the dinosaur to chill out in. So what I'm going to say is anything that's like this side of the enclosure, the far side from where the path is, this is going to be like special private area for the dinosaur. So if the dinosaur's feeling a bit camera shy, the dinosaur can basically just come over here and hide in the long grass. So the dinosaur's absolutely fine in terms of food. And now the dinosaur, Lola, in fact, is, going to head over there and probably hide in the grass. Right now I can't refill up the feeder. Right, so actually the dinosaur eats quite quickly. If you just take another step forward into the grass, your privacy should start, there we go. Privacy will start filling up. Privacy is a bar that's particular to the dinosaur rather than the enclosure. So if the dinosaur feels like it's not getting any privacy whatsoever, he'll just go to sleep because he's a bit panicked. But if your dinosaur's hiding in the privacy tiles, the guests will be like, I don't see a dinosaur. They'll be upset, they might leave, and they're less likely to donate to your park. So you're actually trying to balance the needs of the dinosaur versus the needs of the people, which is very, very cool indeed. Second thing I love about this game next to Jurassic World Evolution is, in Jurassic World Evolution, people, in terms of like the guests, they were just like a little blob. They didn't have any individualized needs. Well, that's been fixed. So you can click on any individual person. That's a vet. That's not a visitor. That's a visitor, though. This is just a visitor right here. And it tells you for every individual person what they're doing, what their happiness level is. Are they having fun? Do they like the decorations? Are they hungry? Do they have enough energy? And do they need to go to the bathroom? They've got to have those needs met, and every single one of these people is going to be going around having their own personalised journey and experience around the park, and having thoughts, and having experiences, and oh, that's better. That's so much flipping better right there. I'm going to need some more food, by the way. I mean, it feels like that food ran out pretty quickly, so I'm going to increase the daily delivery just to make sure we've got enough food for the Stegosaurus. So end of the day, and a bit of an economic summary, and you can see here the importance of actually having your dinosaurs on display and not just hiding around the back of the exhibit where they can't be seen. The exhibit donations are worth nearly 3 times as much as ticket sales themselves are. So, donations, keeping your dinosaurs on display, very, very important indeed. And a little bit of feedback at the end of the day too. So one of my visitors thought the park was a bit dull, and someone else wanted to see Lola the dinosaur, but the exhibit was too crowded. So potentially we're going to need to look at both of those problems. But first, as Wednesday dawns, we probably need to actually look at Lola herself. So Lola's okay, her privacy's ticking up, but her biggest problem right now is sociability and enrichment. Right now she doesn't have any toys to play with, and she doesn't actually have another dinosaur to hang out with. So, we're going to need a new Stegosaurus, and for that, we're going to have to travel through time. Oh, and the delivery's just arrived. That is my actual food. So as a result of that, yes, now I've got plenty of food for the time being. And yes, we do have to travel through time in order to find, like, skulls and footprints. Or is it travel through time? It might just be opening a portal. In which case, I feel like we could just hop in a plane. But go on then, we're going to hop in a portal. So look for a particular type of dinosaur. Stegosaurus is just fine. Open the portal. Absolutely lovely. It's a little bit on the odd side, but apparently, yes, in order to actually get more fossils, because you need more fossils to create more dinosaurs, it's a bit like Pokemon, then you actually need to open up a portal, then go on an expedition, which is just lovely. So we'll just let that portal crack on with opening while we get back to the park itself. What else can we do here? The dinosaurs being a little bit enriched by something, possibly just because, yeah, the biodiversity is quite nice around here. That's absolutely lovely. But the guests are also complaining. So, no, you're not a guest, but you're a guest. You're a guest indeed. So right now, you're not impressed with the decorations, and you're not having any fun. So we kind of need to give you, ooh, and your hunger is going to become a problem too. So let's actually just set up a little bit of basic stuff here. So how about, ooh, dino dogs. Let's set up a little dino dog stall right by the entrance so people can actually buy themselves a dino dog if that's what they want to do. Are you going to buy a dino dog by any chance? It would be lovely if you decided you wanted to do that. There we go. So his hunger meter has jumped up, so he's more likely to stay in the park a bit longer. We can also set up a balloon store, but these are expensive, by the way. Be careful of this business, because this gets expensive fast. But I'd say it's probably worth it, because balloons, are you going to buy a balloon? Do you want to buy a balloon? Balloons are fun. And... okay, why are you not having fun? You just bought a balloon. Balloons are fun. Well, even if people aren't enjoying them, they're still having a nice time and spending some money, which is the important thing. And yeah, you can actually set the... sorry, $10 for a balloon? Seriously? That's... okay, I'm lowering the cost of the balloons to be less ridiculous. Balloon magic, no magic. Magic dust? Right, apparently that's locked for the time being. That's technology we need to unlock later. So that's a bit of a shame. But we will definitely be unlocking balloon magic when we can. Oh, did you just let go of your... okay, obviously you can click the balloons and they pop when guests leave and actually leave their balloons behind. Because it wouldn't be Rollercoaster Tycoon if that didn't happen. And there we go, my expedition has arrived in the portal room. So now we can do a little expedition. And thankfully I know how to do this because I've actually played Pokemon Diamond and Pearl. It's basically the fossil digging up game in that. So you just kind of have a dig, you've got a certain number of hits until the expedition's over, and that gets you a Stegosaurus footprint. You need to actually find some things first. Yeah, there's another one right there. I do need to find a fossil. A fossil. You know what? I'm also just going to hire a scientist right now. We need a scientist sooner or later, and scientists are allowed to help out with this too. So you, my good person, Waller, you can come aboard. Congratulations, you're hired. Back to the portal room. And you're not allowed to be... and maybe you're not actually allowed to be on this particular expedition because you weren't here when we actually set off on the expedition. That's fair enough. Right, I've just got to find... oh, come on. Where's the... there's 9 items here. I've been very unlucky. Very unlucky indeed. Is that a... oh, sadly, I don't think I'll actually get this one. No, I'm sadly out of things. Thankfully, the scientist I just hired will actually be getting on with doing a bit of digging for fossils herself. So if we're lucky, she might actually find a fossil for me, even though she wasn't on that expedition. Ooh, and in we come to the evening when guests are very likely to start leaving, but I can encourage them to stay with a bit of sensible decoration. So, for example, I can put down... I like these, by the way. You can put down little lights, and they do actually light up the path and just make the park a lot more attractive in the evening, which is very, very cool indeed. So we'll just slap down a couple of lights there. Lovely. So we have got ourselves... oh, we've made a lot of money today, and probably, I bet food sales are a big flipping part of it. Oh yeah, $330 from donations, $260 from drink, $150 from balloon sales, only $130 from ticket sales, and also a lump sum because my park got to a certain level. But there's garbage floating around because I haven't put down some garbage cans, and I feel like we need more decorations at the front door. Right, I'm going to redo the layout here slightly. Hang on, I'm going to improve this. You see, I want the front door to be kind of impressive, and that means I probably want, actually, the food stuff to be around the side over here. So let's actually move the dino dogs round the corner. So I'm going to move the dino dogs just over here instead. Alright, that's probably better, and we also need to be slapping down some nice basics to get us started. So, you know, some benches, some bins. Here we go. So, people buying hot dogs, which is also my special mission today. However, the fact I've moved the path around here now means the privacy situation is probably even flipping worse. So we need to either slap down some extra privacy grass in this part of the world, or set up some bigger walls around here so people can't see. I'll probably handle it with privacy grass just for the minute. Okay, so now anytime the dinosaur's in this corner, privacy will just jump up super quickly, which works for me, happier dinosaurs and all of that. And this time, yes, time for a new expedition, but this time I've got a scientist. So the scientist gets a nice big brush, which is quite useful just for uncovering a bunch of things nice and easy. So over here, there we go. So the scientist is done, but I've still got 20 hits here. And we've got skulls, and that's just a bit of rock and more footprints. And I've still got plenty of time to dig around here. Yeah, bring along enough scientists, and you should be able to pretty much clear everything. That's everything I've got, actually, but that's all I needed. Job done. You see, if you want to buy yourself a dinosaur, you're going to be needing the footprints and the skulls you get from going through the portal to possibly the past, I'm not 100% sure, together with a gem which you just buy from a different store for like $500 a go. I'm not sure why the game doesn't just charge you $500 and makes you go to a different store, but whatever, eh? We can have ourselves a second Stegosaurus, which also comes out of a chicken, which is, again, interesting. So this exhibit's probably big enough for me to just basically take this and slap it straight down. Yeah, there'll probably be enough space in here for there to actually be 2 dinosaurs without it being a major problem. Oh, slight problem. I accidentally demolished... Oh, dear. I accidentally demolished a path. I'm so sorry. Right, guys. Guys, yeah, you can come in now. I'm very sorry about that. Sorry. Slight issue with the path there. It's okay. I fixed it. Now, if Jurassic Park's taught me anything, you 100% need a great big arch at the beginning of your park. But that's $5,000. Okay, how about just like a small metal arch? Yes, a small metal arch. Or a wooden arch. Yeah, that's cheap. Actually, that's the same, but I kind of like the wooden... Yeah, I kind of like the woodenness of it, actually. Right, we're going to have a nice wooden arch right there. Excellent. Also, I did admittedly demolish my original hot dog truck and then build a new one, and I've only just noticed I could have picked that up at any point. Oops. So, following day, and I've done a little bit of remodelling at the front door. So guests now arrive, and they pass a big sign, they pass by some little planters, and I've redone the sand to be, like, grassy. So the people that are arriving now, there we go. So decoration is higher than it used to be, which is excellent. Keep you guys nice and happy, give you guys a nice hot dog, which, again, can be a little bit less than $10, I'd say. That's probably fine. Now, good start. Let's actually get ourselves down. Another important building here. The research station. I can just chill out here next to our first actual... Okay, fine, I'll delete that tree first. As I was saying, the research station. Which rather conveniently, yes, it's fine game, don't worry, I know how it works, requires a scientist. So hang on, where's my scientist right now? You! You are a scientist. But what I'd like you to do right now, instead of doing whatever you're doing, is go and research. So the scientist will now do a lovely research dance in front of the research centre and earn us science. While he's just earning us a bit of science there, which you can see going up in the top right, new dinosaur. Now this is going to be interesting because this is going to make the exhibit more crowded. So both of them suddenly look a little bit on the sad side because, yeah, the exhibit is now not as big, or at least not as open as it used to be. But they're going to go over to each other. So, yeah, Lola's grown up a little bit. And Lola's going to go up to the baby dinosaur and be like, I love you. And the baby dinosaur is going to love her as well. And everything's lovely. So this is Lola and Violet. So their sociability should now start ticking up, which is absolutely marvellous. Privacy's not great right now. Yeah, you're not very happy at all because you're just being viewed by too many people. You're just a baby and everyone's yelling, hey, look over here, Mr. Dinosaur. So this dinosaur is going to need to have to go and have a break in a second. Oh yeah, right now we've got a major problem right there. Privacy is very, very low. And when privacy gets low, the dinosaur starts getting a little bit on the grumpy side and will probably naff off and have a sleep. But I probably want to redesign this enclosure slightly to better suit the new, slightly more grumpy dinosaur who is being overwhelmed by a lack of privacy. You see, I could very easily replace some of this here wooden stuff with an actual nice big, there we go, a nice actual big tall fence that nobody can see through. And basically say, this area over here, this area is totally off limits, alright? If you want to watch the dinosaur, then you can look over here. But all the rest of this over here, I'm going to put down a little bit more privacy. Okay, so there's loads more privacy grass over in this spot. But when they come and eat, that's when the guests can come and see them. Ah, but the downside of that privacy, this guest here, who's got a question mark over their head, they couldn't see a dinosaur. They went looking for a dinosaur and both the dinosaurs were hidden inside privacy grass, and there we go. Lola has got so overwhelmed by the lack of privacy, she's just found a private spot and has decided to go to sleep. So Lola now needs to have a little bit of a rest, and I think little Violet is probably about to do exactly the same thing. Yeah, so both my dinosaurs got overwhelmed and had to go for a private sleep. Meaning right now, the guests aren't seeing any dinosaurs at all, and as a result of that, are probably not going to be donating very much. Still, science, we've been gaining a load of science off this guy. Science is basically used for upgrading your park. It's for new decorations, public-facing things, in short. So this is probably a good one to invest in nice and early here. So, Science Learn 1, which gets me information science, but a stone science presentation. So, let's get that unlocked immediately. Because what this basically is an educational little speaking platform. So if I were to put that over... Ooh, this would be a fun spot for that, potentially. Yeah, I might actually move... I might just move you. Hang on, we'll pick you up and we'll move you over to, say, over to here. And I'm going to slap this down, if I can fit it in, over on this spot. So, we've got the presentation ready right here, which I'd say would be kind of fun to talk about the dinosaur, though. Actually, if I'm going to do that, I want this to be just one more. Yeah, that'll do, because then you can, like, gesture over at the dinosaur. So now I'm going to need myself a new scientist to actually work this. This could be a cheap scientist, because really it's a fake scientist, really. It's just a scientist who's just going to give talks. So... You're nice and cheap. Wall. Right, you are hired. Congratulations. Welcome aboard. And you, my good man, are going to work on giving talks to the public about this dinosaur. Which actually generates a lot less science than the research station does. But you're only allowed one research station, but you can have as many of these as you fancy. Oh, that was actually quite on the expensive side. Right, I might have spent all of the money, admittedly. In fact, actually, can I put the price of the park up? Because my park's awesome now. No, only about 50 cents. So we're relying on donations and food sales for the minute. So here we go. As the number of guests increases, the privacy invasiveness level of this area gets worse and worse and worse. But thanks to the new walls and all the privacy grass, there's still plenty of private areas. So I feel like my dinos should hopefully be fine. Privacy is a little bit low, yeah, and it ticks down fast while you're actually eating. In fact, maybe I should provide, I might want to move the actual food thing back to a slightly more safe area. So maybe I'll move that back over here so it's just a little bit further away from the guests. So, we got a couple of Stegosauruses in, and we're making, some money, but we could do with a bit more variety and more dinosaurs. I think we need a Triceratops. To the portal room! So now, let's look for a Ceratopsia. That seems like a good idea. Let's go explore for some of that business. Here we go. Multiple scientists. Opens up all sorts of interesting things, like free money. Expeditions turning up some free money, which is very, very welcome indeed. Just check on all of this. Hang on, what's left? Seven? Really? Where's the 7 in that case? I've only got 7 hits left. I see you there. There's still 4 things here. Really? Okay, fine. They must be very small, whatever they are. Anyway, all of that means I've got plenty enough skulls and footprints to create myself one Triceratops egg. But that's not a Triceratops. First, I'm going to be needing an enclosure for her. And before I build the enclosure, let's just double check what we need there. Fine. Rainforest, grass, and herbivore. So, in theory, could put her inside the same enclosure, but this enclosure is already feeling a bit on the crowded side. Probably, we need a nice long enclosure along here. Actually, better idea. Let's actually have it go along the back here, because then what we could do is, we could have a path along here. That's fine. We're going to get a bunch of money overnight, so I can build this in the morning. Then what I can do is I can block off this and say, this area here, this is going to be a private dino area, okay? You don't observe the dinosaurs along there. You only observe the dinosaurs in this little area here. So the dinosaurs have got a lot of private space to go and hang out in if that's what they want to do. And then, so the guests have something to look at, we could just have the exhibition around here. Ah, okay. This is good, and tomorrow I'll have plenty of money to set that up as well. So then, we've actually got, like, an actual pathway through the park. So the guests come through here, they get a bit of an education on what a dinosaur is. They see their first dinosaur, chance to grab themselves a little bit of food. We'll probably neaten up this area, and then just loop around here and exhibit number 2. Ah, okay, I like that. I like that, because I like the guests to have, like, a journey that makes sense. Ah, now this is interesting. So people with yellow dots are looking to donate. So, donating to a donation box. So that shows you people who are planning to donate, and oh yes, they can hand over some excellent money indeed. Alright, first people arriving for the day. Let's make this place look nice. Alright, I've got the money for this, so let's actually, get ourselves a little bit of grass down. So everything's all nice and grassy, okay? I want everything to be nice and grassy. And maybe I'll put like a little wall along the back here or something. So yeah, we don't actually have desert, or at least if we do have desert, hopefully people won't be able to see it very much. Maybe I might just slap down a wall there just so... I mean, walls are super cheap. Walls are really, really cheap. So I'm just going to slap down a wall here. Yeah, there we go. So now from the guest point of view, and by the way, there is a proper, like, free cam if that's what you want. So you can just kind of go down and try and experience things as the guests do. Sadly, it's not actually like walking along the ground. It's not as good as Mega Aquariums. But still, I approve of this sort of thing being available. So yeah, if a guest looks over there, they don't see the desert anymore. So they come around over this way, and then they've got the dinosaur. Hello! Hello, giant wibbly-eyed dinosaur. I like you. But they can see the desert in this direction, so I might need to sort that out. So, some valuable lessons learnt here. Probably what I want to do is have, say, yeah, maybe up to about here, we could actually have ourselves an actual bit of dinosaur enclosure in wood. Then we go over to the no visibility stuff, because we know we want to have a nice private area for my dinosaur to live in. And we probably want a nice big bit of space, because Triceratops can be, like, you know, pretty darn big. So then we have that along here, that along here. There we go. So we've got ourselves a bigger exhibit than we had last time. Just quickly clear out all of this. And just slap down some rocks. Nice long lagoon at the back. Lovely. A little bit more over here. Just make it a little bit deeper as well. Just for a bit of variety. In fact, you know what? I'm going to slap a bit of that over there too. There you go. Now just the pool's a bit deeper. It just looks a bit nicer, I'd say. So that's lovely right there. There we go. And then just slap some trees on. Different trees, though. I like them to look different. So I'm going to go for more of like a... Yeah, this is going to be one of those fir tree jungle rainforest. That thing that totally exists. Alright, area ready the following day, eggs already down. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned so far, there's another reason why you want to potentially prioritise the happiness of your dinosaurs over the happiness of your guests, which is happy dinosaurs produce heart points. A happy dinosaur produces 1 heart point at the end of each day. A very happy dinosaur produces 2 heart points at the end of each day. And heart points are very, very important. Because heart points are basically the way of unlocking every single bit of dino-related technology, including new dinosaurs in the game. So happy dinosaurs are absolutely flipping essential if you actually want to, like, unlock any new dinosaurs at all. Meanwhile, happy guests are very important if you want to make any money at all. So it's a really fun, interesting balancing act. But here's something I've just noticed at the end of the day. We literally can't get people through the door fast enough right now. We need to upgrade the booth so people can actually get in faster. If I want to do that, I'm going to be needing park size pack 1 in the science tree. Okay, park size pack 1. Way down over here. Let's not worry about that for now. Queues are fine, but a billboard. 900 science, which I will be at very, very soon indeed, gets me a billboard. And a billboard attracts more visitors. Yes, 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 yes. I could see the advantage there. In fact, there we go right there. So today, both of my Stegosauri were happy, so that gets me 2 hearts. If they weren't happy, due to stress or whatever, yes indeed, I wouldn't have got any hearts whatsoever. And here we go. Triceratops, activate! Hello, little Triceratops. Now, you're hungry, but that's fine. Oh my goodness, you're even cuter than the Stegosaurus, and that's saying something. There's my delivery of food, by the way. Lovely, lovely, lovely. You presumably are going to go eat in a second, and you could do with... You wouldn't mind a second Triceratops. Alright, that's reasonable. I think we might actually be able to get you one of those immediately. Yes, indeed, we can. Slap down Triceratops egg number 2. And I know you're a little bit unhappy because of lack of social right now. That is fine. I am bringing you more Stegosauri right this second. In fact, it might be a decent idea, just to make these people a little bit happier. Yeah, I might actually want to extend the enclosures. So I'm going to have an extra Stegosaurus. You are already... Oh, you already feel like the exhibit's quite small. Right. How about we actually do a little bit of an extension just to give you guys some extra breathing space? So that's super easy to do. All we want to do really is, yeah, just... Oh, actually, I could extend you all the way around the corner. I could give you a ton of extra space to play with. Ah, that would probably be a good idea. So how about we actually use the edge of the park over here? Here we go. So this over here is technically an exhibit. But what if we now just basically, yeah, we scrap this area over here. Oh, yeah, this whole area could actually be designated as rainforest. And then if we just add more Stegosaurus, yes, because they'll have loads of space and only one Stegosaurus needs to be at the front at any one given moment. Okay, that's probably a really good idea. Just keep most of the Stegosaurus enclosure buried around the back. So now we've got this set up right here. We just paint this here wall to be removed. Right, get rid of that. And this should now become a single ludicrous mega enclosure. It's probably going to need, yeah, it's going to need a little bit more in the way of trees and rocks and whatever. But you guys should now be much happier in terms of the amount of space you've got. In fact, you'll be happier still once I sort out biodiversity. Right, privacy-wise, this area back here should already be fine. I'll put just like, you know, a little bit of privacy grass back here. But mostly, you guys should be absolutely A-okay. So now if they just want to naff off over here, they can have a lovely little... Oh, that's much better. 90% exhibit. This dinosaur should be very, very happy indeed. So now they've got enough space. Alright, but sooner or later they have to come back over here because this is where the food is. So they can come over here and chill out and be nice and happy. But yeah, they could do with more Stegosauruses. Lovely. After all, if there's a large number of Stegosauruses floating around, it's more likely that at any given moment, one of them is actually going to be wanting to eat. Meanwhile, here we go. Triceratops number 2. Now, are you guys... You guys are feeling okay for the time being. Your social is very high right now, so you guys only need like 2 a go or something. These guys need to have themselves a little bit of a snack. Privacy is not great, but not terrible either, just because it's a little bit further into the park, so there's not quite so many people... Yeah, there's less people crowded around because the amount of actual visible fence is lower. So these guys should be okay if they have a snack and a bit of a sleep. But once again, I might want to maybe extend out their enclosure in a bit of an L shape to provide a nice private area to sleep in back here. Still, these here are some very happy dinosaurs, including Violet is into green. So Violet is now going to be producing 2 happiness points at the end of the day, which is absolutely flipping marvellous. That is great stuff right there, because that is worth more new dinosaurs. And let's just say... I've got my eyes on theropods. Yeah, let's get some meat eaters. And yes, indeed, the Triceratops are looking hot as well. So we've got Kingston the Triceratops and Mildred the Triceratops. Both having just a bite of breakfast for the time being, but already into happy yellow over there, which is marvellously good news. And yeah, actually, might be able to get them up to green. I just need to provide them with some extra stimulation of some description. Right, portal room. Let's actually get some more Stegosauruses going on here. Because yeah, literally the only thing the Stegosauruses are missing right now is they would like more social, they would like more enrichment. Enrichment is almost entirely based on toys that come out of heart points. So yeah, dino friends. You can give them like little shelters that they enjoy playing with. Or yeah, upgraded feeders. Upgraded feeders where if it's more like their natural environment or whatever, then they're much more likely to enjoy it. So a stump feeder or a ball feeder over here could be very, very useful indeed. Alright, big expansion plan here. Big expansion plan. I want to actually get myself, yeah, I've just bought a bunch of eggs here, 2 new Stegosauruses. Alright, 2 new Stegosauruses are going in the Stegosaurus enclosure, 1 new Triceratops for the Triceratops enclosure. Lovely sexy stuff here. What I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of some of this path up here. The park instead, when it expands, will expand in this direction. We can just get rid of that and we can just have it expand round over here. This over here, that's the end of the day. Lovely, made a good amount of money there. And 4 happy dinos. No super happy though, but we are starting to pick up hearts a bit more quickly. That's the important thing. Okay, we need to expand this enclosure. There we go. New territory expansion over here. So now there's a bunch of extra space for for the Triceratops to just hang around in. So right now, they are 100% fine with the exhibit. Biodiversity's good. Whole bunch of new dinosaurs coming in here. And as long as I keep these guys happy, we will start being able to expand our family of dinosaurs into exciting, sexy new directions pretty quickly. Also, what are you doing over there? Excuse me. Excuse me, please. Why are you there? Go away. You're not symmetrical. And neither are you, but you're going to be... There you go. Sorry, that was probably killing the guesser with OCD. Oh, here we go. It's dino time. Stegosaurus. Stegosaurus. Triceratops. Saber-toothed tiger. Oh, sorry, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself there. Oh my goodness, you're just tiny. Your name's Myrtle, and your name is Floyd. And where's the new baby down there? Actually, you're not quite such a baby. And the happiness here is still absolutely fine. So sociability should now actually be going up in the world. Yes, sociability is now maxed out for these guys, which is beautiful. So their sociability is capped to 100%. Food is fine. The enclosure apparently could do with more space for 4 Stegosauruses. But honestly, I think they have enough space for the time being. And with sociability offsetting the reduction in exhibit size, hopefully we should be okay to be having at least some of these dinosaurs. Oh my goodness, there's some level of parenting going on here. I'm assuming that means the dinosaurs are being friendly to the other dinosaurs. Alright, I don't know, but oh my goodness, you're so tiny next to the grown-up one. And yes, indeed, we've also got 100% sociability for the Triceratops. So, these guys looking good as well. Plenty of places to hide out in. Guests seem to be very, very happy indeed, which is beautiful. Yep, guests are just flooding in. And are you supposed to be in there? Excuse me. You better be the... Yes, that was the janitor. Okay, good. That wasn't just a random guest who decided to go in and see the Triceratops up close. Now, what do we actually need here? We need to actually have, maybe a few more food stalls, but also fun. People aren't having as much fun, and they're not quite as impressed as they should be by my amazing park. Well, that's fine. I do have a giant pile of money, so how about we get rid of this crappy old sign, because I think we can finally afford what I kind of wanted all along, which is you can't have a dinosaur park without a giant, massive stone thing at the front door. There we go. That's proper welcome to Jurassic Park territory. Should I just have that backwards? Is that... Hang on, is that backwards? Which way is it supposed to be? Is that the way it's supposed to... Well, that's saying it's the way it's supposed to be facing. I guess. But I feel like... Unless that's, like, indicating the way people are supposed to go, like, through it. Is that how that's supposed to go? Like, it faces... I guess it faces that way. So if we put it here, I'm just going to put it here because I feel like what you really want in the world is, like, you definitely want that right on the front door. That makes a good first impression. Ooh, we could put info signs up. I want that to be info signs, yes. Let's put an info sign so everyone knows what's actually... Why is there just a tree there? I'm not sure why there's just a tree there, but I want a little info sign at the center of the exhibit. And then I'm just going to get rid of that tree because that shouldn't be there. That was probably a misclick. There we go. Sign explaining dinosaur. So, thought. If I invest in making the dinosaurs completely super happy, then I'll be getting 2 heart points off each dinosaur, and then I'll actually be able to just make hearts faster anyway. So, let's just get Acme security done. So, a slightly better metal fence, which is probably a good idea if I want some carnivores anyway. And I can't afford whatever those bastards are right now. But, what I can get myself is... hang on. Here we go, stump feeder and a ball feeder. Now that strikes me as a good idea right there. So let's move in that direction by getting, the requirement is, a large vegetarian feeder for vegetable eaters and also a cheese hat. Yes, this is another very, very important thing, by the way. So that's unlocked the cheese hat. And that means I can go to the hat shop in town and buy the cheese hat. And then I can go up to any adult dinosaur and put the cheese hat on them. So if I would like my dinosaurs to have cheese hats, that's absolutely fine. Violet, you've come of age too, so you can have some cool glasses. Nice. So now we'll just kind of get rid of that there. And we've got ourselves, cheese hat. Having a quick roar at her. Obviously that indicating she's currently invisible to the guests, which is a little bit unrealistic, but whatever. Oh, I like the cool glasses. Yeah, the cool glasses are super cool. That's nice. Oh, you are so impressed by all the dinosaurs. You're willing to actually hand over in a moment $54 to me. Oh, yeah. So 2 dots means excellent. You have done a wonderful job. I love these dinosaurs. I want to give you all of the money because I love the dinosaurs so much. Boom. Okay, here's the big one. I have scrimped and saved, and now it is time for... Here we go. Vegetarians level broccoli for some reason. But that gets me a stump feeder and a ball feeder. In other words, stimulation for my dinosaurs, which is the one thing they're not really getting right now. So, I'd say it's probably time to go and actually slap some of those down. Yes, here we go. So a ball feeder and a stump feeder. So improved feeders right there. So, okay, the old feeder, okay, guys, step away. Guys, step away from the feeder for just 1 second. All right, I will bring it back in just a sec. All right, destroy that. There you go. You guys just naff off for 1 second. Naff off for 1 second. I will bring you more. In fact, I'm going to bring these guys just a tiny bit more land over here. Just so they've got a little bit more space to actually stand on in this part of the world. Because right now they're a little bit cramped over here. So let's just work on that quickly. And I've also accidentally created some hills. There we go. That's a bit better. Now there's a bunch of space here. So, you guys, congratulations. I'm going to give you 1 stump feeder right over here. And I'm going to give you a ball feeder over here as well. So we need to fill those up. And then that's going to be much more stimulating for them to eat out of, which is pretty cool. So that's more like it. This little dinosaur here, this is Floyd. Now, when he has to... Excuse me, did you just try and ram the gate? Please don't attempt to ram the gate. Okay, you are happy dinosaurs. Do not attack the guests. But their level of mental stimulation is rising. Enrichment is going up. There we flipping go. Everyone's going to be happy. Oh, and this is cute. Time has actually ticked by. It's now autumn, so the trees have actually gone to an autumny colour. Oh, that's so cute. I approve of that. And yeah, there should also now be a lot less crowding around the feeder. Now there's 2 of them. So the dinosaurs should logically just split out a little bit more, which is good. The moment has come. The theropods are available. Let's get some flipping meat eaters sorted out here. So, theropods, open the space and or possibly time portal. And I've prepared myself a rather nice exhibit here. So it's going to be a big L-shaped exhibit, though honestly I might actually use up some of this space. Yeah, I'm going to redesign that actually, just a little bit. I'm just going to paint some of this, because otherwise it's going to be a bit squished in. We'll still leave a bit of space around here. We'll get rid of all of you, get rid of all of that, and then we'll just actually slap up some more wall in this sort of an area. This will do the job. That to there, that to there. There we go. Now it feels a bit bigger. So this is, yeah, by far my biggest exhibit, and it's got 2 separate viewing areas. One around here, and one around here, and hello, pop balloon. So, this is going to be where my carnivores are. So I'm not exactly sure what environment my carnivores are going to want. So as a result of that, I can't exactly go decorating the area yet. But as soon as I know what they actually are, then we can crack on with that. And as you can see... It's quite easy to make money in this game right now. Money just kind of flows in. People just fling money at you if you show them dinosaurs. Oh yes, it's Velociraptors, and they want sand and desert. Gotcha. And there we go. This is already very much desert. So if I added significant wetness or ruggedness into it, I would risk turning this into savanna or grassland. However, even though apparently Velociraptors want desert, which is not how I imagine them from Jurassic Park, but who knows, yeah, it's a bit boring right now. So I'd like to add in, you know, just a few rocks and a bit of biodiversity and all the rest of it. So we can just, yeah, create a little bit of rugged up and down and whatever. Yeah, there we go. And, oh yeah, nice bit of actual rocky peaks at the back there. That's some good stuff. Gotta give the Velociraptors, like, some mountains to hunt on. Do Velociraptors actually live in mountains? I'm not sure if this is true. I mean, I've got no evidence for that. I've just seen Jurassic Park. Also, even though I've unlocked the slightly more sturdy gate, I haven't actually unlocked a more sturdy door yet. So the Velociraptors will be kept behind this door, which I feel like won't necessarily keep them locked in if they're very determined to escape. Anyway, double rib cage feeder, because that seems like the sort of thing. And don't worry, I know we need food. Into the butcher for the first time. Ooh, meat costs more. Luckily, I'm swimming in money right now, so screw it, I'll just stock up on meat. And here we go. Double Velociraptor egg, thank you. I want at least 2 Velociraptors, probably more soon. Ooh, and I've just got enough heart points left over to have myself shelters. So, a shed shelter and a flat rock shelter. So this is for dinosaurs to, like, chill out on, which helps them with the privacy business. So basically, they've just got a little place to go away and hide it. Ooh, it's winter as well. Ooh, wintry. Right, I could set that up for you guys. Where's that then? Ah, yes, a shed shelter, tier 1. So a medium-sized dinosaur can just come over here and have a sleep, if that's what they want. Okay, that's kind of cool. And a flat rock shelter as well. I'll just kind of put one over there. So yeah, now the little baby dinosaurs can just be over there, and a big dinosaur can sleep in that, and hopefully that'll help you guys all chill out. Also, ooh, the box is getting bigger. The box is getting a lot bigger. And we've got, yes, giant piles of steaks. Guys, my park's about to get a lot more awesome. And by the way, I think this thing is... this is okay, but I swear I've unlocked something a little bit better. Triceratops arch. Oh, actually, I could just have both, you know. Like, why have one when I could have both? Yeah, oh, that's awesome. That is very, yeah, that's definitely better. Screw it, we're just getting rid of that. Screw this one, though actually, you know, we may as well move it. We may as well have it somewhere else, I suppose. It's not, you know, as good, but it's still pretty darn sweet. Yeah, we could have it right here, leading people into this area. But now we just have another big-ass arch right here. This is, oh, that's lovely. That's lovely, sexy stuff. Boom. Oh yeah, welcome to Jurassic Park, where we've now got this really advanced ticket office, which gets people through twice as quickly and thus avoids the queues. Also, we're going to have Velociraptors soon, so the ticket prices are going up. Not by much, but just by a little. Alright, biodiversity sorted out, bunch of trees, bunch of cactuses, bunch of rocks. It is time to wake up. The little baby Velociraptors, oh my goodness. Oh, you're so adorable. You're so flipping cute. You pose you pose no threat to each other or the guests at all. That's all absolutely fine. Oh, you're hungry little guy. How about you help yourself to, help yourself to a nice big old pile of steak. Lovely. And this is actually, because it's like a rib cage, apparently this is good for your stimulation, because it, like, in the worst way possible, vaguely recreates hunting. So, stimulation going up too. We got ourselves a happy couple of dinosaurs. So, Velociraptors are Leonard and Opal. Oh, that is a good name. So, yeah, people can see them over here, or they can come over here. Though over here, there aren't any right now, so I should probably just toss in a few more. Though, actually, they only need one more. Then again, there's plenty of space, so we're probably fine to introduce even more. They just ate all of that giant pile of steaks, like, immediately. Bloody hell, Velociraptors eat. Well, I'm not paying for more. Alright, I'm not paying for any more steaks. Alright, that was expensive. They were like 50 or something each, so I don't know what we're going to do, but actually, I do have one idea. Run! Be free! Eat humans! They're probably more delicious and a lot more satisfying to hunt. I'm now curious. Do you guys actually eat people? Is that what you're planning to do right now? Opal is... Oh! I think she... Wait. Did you just eat an actual street lamp? Is that what you just did? Because I'm suspicious that's what you just did. Oh, update on Leonard, though. He just literally ate the entire hot dog van. Not just, like, you know, the hot dogs in the van. He ate the entire cooking van. I think one of them just ate a donation box as well. Janitor's desperately running around trying to refill the vegetable feeder right now. Because obviously, yeah, there we go. Just also ate a flower feeder. Right, so these adorable little Velociraptors, they don't eat people. So I'm not sure why you guys are running around being scared while also being worried about where your popcorn's coming from. No. Instead, they actually run around and destroy your scenery. But people are perfectly safe. Fascinating. Just fascinating stuff there. It's a very cute game. It doesn't surprise me that the actual carnivores don't actually break anything. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. But you know, ladies and gentlemen, I think you get the point. This here is Parkasaurus, or at least a very, very early version of it right now. It still needs some work, absolutely, unquestionably. It's a very slow burn game at the moment. Money feels a little bit too easy to get, to be honest. You can just set up a couple of basic exhibits with just a handful of Stegosauruses and a handful of Triceratops, and people will just come and fling money at you, even if you're not actually doing much in terms of, you know, setting up, theming, or what have you. But I like a lot of where it's going. I like the fact that the dinosaurs' needs and the guest needs need to be balanced against each other, so you're actually choosing which is the right way to go. I like the fact that, you know, the guests provide you with money, but the dinosaurs provide you with the type of research that you need in order to actually advance your park. That makes the choice kind of interesting. I like the fact that guests have individualized needs that you can check on and try and actually lay out a park that makes sense, that works for the guests, that makes sure the guests get, you know, fed and watered and a chance to sit down, a chance to look at the dinosaurs, and make sure there's plenty of opportunities for them to throw money at you. In general, yeah, there absolutely could be a really, really great game in here. I do think it definitely needs a little bit of work, yes. I think it needs to, yeah, be a bit more hardcore. It could definitely do with being a bit more brutal to you if you don't actually set things up correctly. I'd just guess probably want to fling money at you a little bit less liberally than they do right now, because yeah, it's just a bit too easy to make giant piles of money. I do, however, like when Velociraptors escape and fling stuff up into the air, it does actually, you know, slowly come down over time and eventually just land somewhere. That's good. So, one to watch perhaps. Maybe you'd be interested in the early access, which I believe has just started. So, for the right person, might be worth a look now. Potentially, though, you might want to wait a little while, let it get finished up. It's promising. It could be something special. I'm absolutely certain you will see it again in the future when they've polished it up a little bit. But in the meantime, I've been John. This has been many a true nerd, and this has been Parkasaurus. Thank you very much, and goodbye. I've created a small problem in my road system, which is it's literally impossible for anyone to ever go back into town. And this building shall be where we produce our zebras. And this much taller building next door is naturally where we produce the giraffes. Does anyone remember how the road system went? I think it was something like this.